how did you pull yourself, because you are a phenomenal person. You are a man of faith. Mm-hmm. You are a good-hearted, kind person.
Thank you.
How did you get from that point to like the worst you could possibly be to where you are right now?
Again, God. I got to give it all to God. I don't want to make it sound cliche, but I did go through 10 years of depression. I had to be humble. It wasn't no humbling overnight because I didn't get big-headed overnight. So it took a while for me to be humble. It took me about 10 years, if I'm going to be honest. I was home I didn't want to accept regular lifestyle. I didn't want to let go of that dream, even though I wasn't physically able to do it no more. I didn't want to let it go, and I didn't want to face.
So you were still trying.
Yeah. I couldn't let it go.
How do I get back? How do I get back to this career?
It's like tasting a good piece of food. You know, somebody cook you a real good meal. You want that meal. You gonna come back for that meal. Period. Point blank. So it was like I just kept coming back for it, and God kept saying, "Nah, it's over with." You ain't.
And you had to finally accept that.
Yeah, and it took me 10 years. And when I finally, the 10th year, I was so broken, not just money-wise, just broken as a person. And I was like, wow. And that's when I believe God had to bring me, so I had to surrender and really give it up to him and honor the fact that I wasn't a good steward of my blessings. And the minute I accepted that, that's when my little brother, I have a younger brother. His name is Brian Burns. He played for the New York Giants. But before that, he played for the Carolina Panthers. And before all of that, the day I came out of my depression was the day that he asked me to train him for football.
Oh, wow!
So that's when I knew it was meant, bro. It was meant.
Hey, family! Welcome back to Key and Will's The More You Know podcast.
What's up, family?
We are in the building again today, you guys.
My guy.
We have a special guest we cannot wait to introduce you to. He is so special to us. A friend, a family member, so many things. Will.
Listen, y'all, this guy right here. When I first met you, Stan, we was on the phone, matter of fact, and I was like, this dude is so cool.
Yeah.
It was like your energy.
Yeah.
I was like, man. So, we did some business together. Then after a while, I said, let me look this guy up, see who he is. And I looked at him, I said, oh, shit. It's YouTube, it's cool. I was like, oh, my goodness. This is an NFL great right here.
Absolutely.
So, Stanley, welcome to the show,
great
man, I'm so glad to be here, man.
McClover, my bad.
Don't worry about it. Everybody do that. Don't worry about it. But I'm so glad to be here, especially with two of my favorite people in Georgia. Two of the people I first met when I got here. So when y'all told me about the podcast, I was like, of course, no brainer. You got to do it.
Yeah. And I found out, I said, maybe because we both from South Florida.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm from Dade County, Broward. But
we from the same waters.
Yeah.
You've been such an impact to us. We've known each other, I think, for about 5 or 6 months now. But you have been such a positive influence, and I would really say a lot for both of us, but more so for Will.
Amen.
Because what you do to pull together Black men and to support what the things that Black men go through, and including Will as a part of that, I'm so appreciative for it.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate what you're doing on that end.
Amen. Yeah. I mean, I just call it being obedient. God put it on my heart to create a group for Black men, not just Black men, but men, to have a safe space somewhere where they can say how they truly feel, help be held accountable, be obedient and be faithful. And that's a lot of things that we struggle with as Black men, especially with giving our voice out. It's hard. I know me, it took me a long time to open up, and especially to other men. Like, what? I'm never going to show another man my weakness.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
In our group, we don't have egos or pride.
Right.
So with every man leaving that back and all of us just being transparent with each other, man, it's been great. It's been great.
You know, what I also say is, I feel like it's kind of a club. right, for Black men, where what you guys talk about stays in that circle. Because I'll be like, babe, you can take the call from in here, you guys. So they do a morning prayer, you guys, every Monday morning at 6 a.m. and every Friday morning at 6 a.m. So I'm like, you won't interrupt me. This is prayer. I probably need some prayer myself, right? And Will is like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
This guy talk.
I'm going in the other room. So I'm like, okay,
it's
fine.
definitely
But
got
I'm
talk.
saying I appreciate you for
problem.
that, because I know Will needs
I
an
appreciate
outlet.
you allowing Will to be a part of it.
So tell us a little bit about you, Stanley. Will mentioned that you've had an NFL career. When we met you, I realized that we have something in common. We both went to Auburn. War Eagle. I was there well before Stanley was there, but that's all right. We'll talk about that another time. But talk to us about, kind of your young adulthood, some things you've done.
Okay. I'm from Florida, Fort Lauderdale. I started out as a band member. I was actually in the band. I love music.
Look at that.
I mean, music is always gonna be my number one passion. But God chose something different for my life. I can't say I had the story of I always wanted to be in the NFL or I was poor. I can't give you that story, but I can give you the story of that I didn't want to play ball. I grew up modest. My mom worked 2-3 jobs. She worked hard to keep us with stuff to make us feel like we was right there with everybody else. Yeah. But my goal was never to play football. But God seen things differently. Put me on the field my sophomore year as in high school. I started as an offensive tackle, and then my last senior year I played defensive end, and then I ended up being the number 1 DN in high school, and then I went to Auburn University. I got there kind of controversially, but I got there.
You got there.
I'm a Florida boy. We get there. We get a lot of places like that.
Tell me, where did you go to high school?
I went to Dillard High School.
You went to Dillard. And I remember when I was at Auburn, there was this, Dillard. Yeah. There was the Dillard 5. Dillard 5.
All those guys were my
boys
coaches too.
Bad job.
Yeah, and it was my coaches. Ironically, they coached me. So that connection was strong.
That's right.
So I went to Auburn. Ended up doing 3 years that I left early and went to the NFL. I was drafted in the 7th round by the Carolina Panthers, and that changed my life. That honestly changed my life. I was able to experience life in a way that I probably never get to experience again in my own life, in my own personal life. So it was just. It's one of them things where God give you a huge blessing that just keep going for the rest of your life. Wow. Just a fraternity that I'm part of that it's just the gift that keep on giving, honestly. It really is. So even though it's a very dangerous sport, and that wouldn't be the first sport of choice for my child, but at the end of the day, it correlates with life a lot. Right. So you can really get life out of football big time. It is dangerous, but life is dangerous. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. With the Panthers, you worked.
Played with the Panthers. Was with them for 3 years. Then I got traded to the Houston Texans, and then there when I took a career-ending injury in my right leg. I tore my lateral meniscus in my knee, and that was at 24, and I haven't played since. Wow. So, my message to them boys has always been enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. How long the moment gonna last.
Yeah, that's right.
But God did bless me. He blessed me big time. Yeah, he blessed me big time to even be able to be the first person in my family to make it, make it in the NFL, to even go to college from football. So I have so much more to be thankful for outside of how long I got to play. I would like to have played longer, but I had no control over that.
But to go from you were in the band to be in
what
the
instrument?
NFL.
What instrument you play?
I played the snare drum, bass drum, saxophone. I mean, I was in that band for real, man. Bro. Like, that's my passion.
I was in drumline.
Wow.
And in my junior, senior year, I was a drum major. High school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like souls always attract.
That's right.
Always. That's
so many connections that we have, which I think is why we have such a connection. But what I was saying was to go from being in the band to the NFL.
That's huge.
When you think about your career, you know, kind of how it came to a sudden halt, but the fact that you never really even imagined being in that space.
Never.
Right?
Never.
So while all of this is happening, how are you even feeling? Like, oh my God, is this even real?
That's how I knew God was real. Yeah. Honestly,
Wow.
I've always been, my grandma kept me God in my life as a very young child. I always had the fear of God. She always scared me with God, like, you don't do right, you're gonna go to hell.
Right.
So her fear tactics was like off the chain, because I was terrified of God, but I didn't know God. And I had to realize that now, I'm 40, I didn't know God back then, but I did know that he put his hands on my life because the way my life changed overnight. So I recognized that it wasn't me. It was something else. And then I was manifesting things in high school, and he was just giving it to me. Like, as soon as I asked for it, it's like,
wow,
it's there. Now, I mean, honestly, you know, my fiance went to high school with me. A lot of people who know me know that my manifestation powers is real. Like, I can really do that. So I don't take it for vain. I don't use it in vain or anything like that. But I did notice when I was in high school how everything was kind of just changing overnight. And I was like, wow, I got to be God.
Right.
That changed my life like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have this career-ending injury that happens. And what are your thoughts at that point? How did you pivot?
I'm gonna be honest. I'll share a short story. It's long, but I'll make it short for the show. My last year in Houston, when I got hurt, I first got there. As soon as I got released from Carolina on a Friday, the next day I was in Houston on a Saturday. So that's how quick it go. And leave my family and go to Houston. So I go to Houston and I get there just in time to play in the first game. I just got to Houston. I work my ass off. I earn a starting spot next to Mario Williams. Those football fans should know him. Very good defensive end. Anyway, I get there and I get the starting position. But they use me because I'm big and I got speed. I was very athletic. So they wanted to use me on special teams as well. So they put me on kickoff. And I went down there and I remember we was playing against Pittsburgh. And I had to hit 3 guys in the kickoff wedge or whatever. And after this year, they banned that. So I really was like, hey, they banned it 1 year too late. But I ran down there and I hit 3 men, well over 250 pounds, you know, some big guys. And when I did that, tore my knee up. And from that one snap, I haven't played since. So right from there, I had to go to surgery. I say probably like 2-3 days later, because my knee was so swollen, looked like an apple was in my knee. It was terrible. It was my first injury too. Honestly, it was my first serious injury. Out of all that time, out of all my years playing football, that was my first serious injury. And I'm gonna get back to how God did all this. But I got that injury, and I went to surgery, and ironically, the worst hurricane in Houston history, in Texas history, came through on the same time I got my surgery. It was coming through. I can't make this up. So I get my surgery, and the hurricane is coming. So as soon as I get out the surgery, the doctor tell me you're going to be out for the year. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, you got a career-ending injury. I mean, not career-ending, but a season-ending injury.
Right.
So I'm like, this is my first time ever missing football, ever being on injured reserve, any of that. This is brand new for me. So then he tell me quickly after that, do you have anywhere to go? I say, huh?
Wait, what?
I'm supposed to be in the hospital. I just got out of surgery. He say, it's a really bad Category 5 hurricane coming through here, and the whole Houston has to evacuate.
Wow.
I mean, everybody in the hospitals, the Walgreens, the Walmarts. So if y'all following me, wasn't no pain medicine for me to get. From the hospital to back to my condominium I was living in, they couldn't give me pain meds outside of what they gave me after the surgery. And that hurricane lasted for like 3-4 days.
Oh, wow.
So I was stuck in my room. I was stuck in my condominium in Houston. I was stuck with no pain meds. Everybody evacuated. No food. I ain't had no food. I just got there. I literally just got to Houston.
Right.
So I had nothing. I wasn't prepared. None of that. Everybody was leaving. I had no family. I didn't know the players on the team. So make a long story short, I got down to the point where I was questioning that I didn't want to live through this situation.
Wow.
Because I had no pain meds and the pain was just excruciating. And then the fear of the hurricane was so scary.
Right.
So
because everybody's evacuated.
Yeah, everybody gone. And I'm like in this big old condominium by myself, and I'm like on the 35th floor, and the building is shaking. I can't move. I'm bleeding everywhere. It was my way out was really like traumatizing. It messed me up real bad. Leaving out of football, I was like went into a full depression after that. Cause you go through something like that, and you got 4 days of not eating, and then the team sends somebody 5 days later to check on you. Like you go through a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot mentally.
By yourself, you know. My phone died, so I couldn't talk to my mom no more.
You don't have
She
power.
sent the paramedics, they couldn't get up there. It was bad. It was bad. But at the end of the day, it was God. It was God. I didn't steward my blessing correctly. He gave me a blessing, and he changed my life. And I let it go to my head. I got the big head quickly because I never had that kind of fame, never had that kind of glory. People never looked at me in that light. Right. So it went to my head, and I wasn't a good steward of the blessing. So he took it, and he made me know he took it, and he took it in the worst way. And I never got it back in that for myself. So that was my journey with football.
Wow.
Honestly.
Man. And now, man,
you're
doing all kind of stuff, brother.
Yeah, man, God is good.
You're doing all kind of stuff.
So how did you pull yourself from, because I don't want to minimize what you just said. I mean, that was a really tough time.
It was.
A time that I'm sure you questioned God, you questioned your faith.
Yeah.
Why am I here? You even thought about like, is it better even on the other side?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to glaze by that. How did you pull yourself? Because you are a phenomenal person. You are a man of faith. You are a good-hearted, kind person.
Thank you.
How did you get from that point to like the worst you could possibly be to where you are right now?
Again, God. I got to give it all to God. I don't want to make it sound cliche, but I did go through 10 years of depression. I had to be humble. It wasn't no humbling overnight, because I didn't get big-headed overnight. So it took a while for me to be humble. It took me about 10 years, if I'm going to be honest. I was home I didn't want to accept regular lifestyle. I didn't want to let go of that dream, even though I wasn't physically able to do it no more. I didn't want to let it go, and I didn't want to face.
So you were still trying.
Yeah. I couldn't let it go.
How do I get back? How do I get back to this career?
It's like tasting a good piece of food. You know, somebody cook you a real good meal. You want that meal. You gonna come back for that meal. Period. Point blank. So it was like I just kept coming back for it, and God kept saying, "Nah, it's over with. You ain't."
And you had to finally accept that.
Yeah, and it took me 10 years. And when I finally, the 10th year, I was so broken, not just money-wise, just broken as a person. I remember I was in my mom's couch digging in the couch for quarters, just to get up $1, $2 bills or whatever, just to have something.
Yeah.
I was that broke at one point in my life. Right. And I was like, wow. And that's when I believe God had to bring me. So I had to surrender and really give it up to him and honor the fact that I wasn't a good steward of my blessings. And the minute I accepted that, that's when my little brother, I have a younger brother, his name is Brian Burns, he played for the New York Giants. But before that, he played for the Carolina Panthers. And before all of that, the day I came out of my depression was the day that he asked me to train him for football.
Oh,
wow!
So that's when I knew it was meant,
bro.
It was meant.
Yeah.
Now, how rare is it to have not just one person, one family member, one brother go to the NFL, two
brothers.
Amen.
Two brothers going to the NFL. Yeah. That's
to
like
that's team.
It's to the same team.
And we're 13 years apart. He made it to the league 13 years after me.
Wow.
To the same team. Same GM. All the people in the front office was the same people. They all remembered me. They all.
Yeah.
It was a true blessing from God, man. It was a full circle because like I said, I wasn't a good steward of it when I was there. So, but he knew my heart. He knew he knew that I was genuine in my mess ups, but I was still messing up.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, at the end of the day, you still got to have consequences for your behavior. So when he gave it back to me through my little brother, it was just like,
what a blessing.
What a blessing.
I got to give you my life now. I got to give you my entire life.
I got you.
I got to give you.
And for you to be able to give back to your brother is, to me, and probably to you and your family as well, one of the biggest blessings that you could ever receive from God.
Outside of my kids.
Yes.
I have to say that's right there. Yeah. With no disrespect to nobody in my life, nothing I've done in my life, but to see, y'all don't understand. Before he got drafted to Carolina, first of all, he went first round. I went 7th round. We talking about 6 round different.
Yeah.
Already out the gate. Already out the gate.
That's a big deal.
So then when we get to the draft, we get invited to the green room. So that means you're going high first round. So I'm like, okay, God, you showing out. Right. So we get to the green room. Before we get there, it's a big old picture. It's 32 pictures of all NFL teams. And I see Carolina Panthers. I say, bro, get in front of that picture. Yeah. He like, why? I say, bro, get in front of that picture. I said, sometimes you gotta put it in the universe. Yeah. Let me manifest, bro. Like I told you, I've been manifesting since high school. Yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely manifest right now. Right. Get in front of the picture. I snapped the picture, him, my mama, me, all of us took the picture. So when we get to Carolina on the clock, it's so suspenseful because they didn't call the draft phone. They call his cell phone.
Really?
So like, y'all doing, right? Yeah, so different. They don't do that. They normally call the phone for that you're supposed to call. Yeah. So when they call his cell phone, it was on his thigh. And at the time, right before they called, I was in a mad prayer with God. Me and God were going one-on-one. Wow, God, please, boy, would you do this for me, God? I swear to God, I'm gonna give it up. I am boy, I tell the world about you for the rest of my days. Yeah. So that's how I'm praying, right? And I remember my agent coming to me and he was like, Stanley, I wouldn't put too much eggs in this because Carolina don't take the ends this early. And I looked at him like my prayer, I was like, the hell out my face while I'm praying. I was so serious. Wow. Say, y'all, no lie. Say, get the hell out my face while I'm praying. And he like, okay. And I went back to praying. This is how long we on the clock with him. They waited the whole entire time. Bro, that phone started ringing and all my little brother said was, bro. And I opened my eyes out there prayer with it, and I looked at that man's thigh, and he flipped that phone over, and I seen the 704, which is Carolina area code.
Yeah.
I could have passed out, because I lost all power in my legs, and I just fell to my knees. Yeah. It was like a real miracle. Yeah. Because I knew what that was going to do for our life. I knew what it was going to do for his life, for our life. It was like, wow. I was like, wow, God has truly bless this family again. When I was such a bad steward of it the first time.
But I don't want you to be so down on yourself either, Stanley, about that. You say, when we're young, we do things kind of out of control. But you were able to go back and do it a second time. Yeah. And be able to tell your brother how to do it, how not to do it, to be able to sustain his career. And that's a blessing, right? Because he could have been, without you having that experience, he could have been going down the same road, right? So now it's a different ballgame, literally, because when you know better, you do better. And that's what this podcast is about. You know, when you know better, you can turn around and do things totally different. You were that blessing to be able to bring him forward and sustain that career much longer. Oh yeah. And that's I love that. And the main reason, and I
appreciate that, Keith. And the main reason I say bad steward, because I just want the ones who are gonna be watching this, I really want them to understand when you in that space, even not just football, a good career, a good place in life, bro, you cannot take that for granted. That's right. And you have to be humble. You have to acknowledge God as the reason you got what you got. Yeah. Because as a man, being honest, it really got to my head. I got to the point where I was treating people bad, like asshole, just being a typical got money. Yeah. I got it on my own. Right. Yep. Oh, you remember these things when you coming down. You start remember you
Yeah.
like, damn, I remember how I treated this person and that person. Or I go back I remember when I first got out the league and I go through my inbox and I see all these people that I left on red.
Yeah.
Just red after red. And now, when I tried to go back to them then, and they ain't had no words for me.
Right.
So it was just a humbling, very humbling experience. Enough to, it'll make you say the things that I say now.
Sure.
It'll make you say, boy, I wish I would have did better with my, because you understand God gave it and he took it. He gave it, then he took it.
But now you can teach
You're
that.
blessed.
So I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
So my main goal to my little brother be, hey, we gonna read this Bible.
Yeah.
We gonna thank God every time we step on the field.
Yeah.
We not gonna pray for good games. We gonna pray for health.
That's right.
And that's my job
And
as a
he
brother.
stayed healthy.
And he stayed healthy by the grace of God.
Shout out. Spider Burns.
That's right.
Amen.
I want to transition a little bit to where you are today and your beautiful children. You mentioned them just a little bit ago. So talk to us about your children that you have.
I have 3 kids. I got 2 girls and a son. My oldest just graduated high school. She's 18 years old. She's going to FAU. So I'm proud of her. Her name is Deja.
Hey, Deja.
Then I have a 10-year-old named Skylar. She's up here in Georgia. She's going to the 4th grade. 5th grade, one of them. Excuse me, y'all.
5th grade.
I got 5th grade.
Yeah.
And then I have a son. His name is Champ, and he has autism. He's on the autism spectrum. He's nonverbal. He's 7 years old. He's the love of my life right now. He's my everything. Honestly, he's my gift from God. I put it like that. That's my gift.
How did you find out that your son was autistic? What's his name again?
Champ.
How did you find out that Champ had autism even?
When he was born, I would say he was moving fast. You would say that kid moving like he moving fast before his time. Like he gonna be talking fast. He gonna be running and playing.
Right.
Like you like one of those things. So I'm like, oh man, I'm winning. Right? Thank you God. I prayed hard. I'm like, please God, give me a son. So I got a son, and he got sick around 2 years old. He got flu, whatever it was. He was sick. Ended up being in the hospital for like 3 weeks, almost a month. And they was injecting him with fluids. I can't remember. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But he was like on IVs and stuff like that. And we was in the hospital with him. And that was hard. So when that was over, we left the hospital and I said, it ain't take long, like 2 days after that, he started acting different. And this is like coming from saying Dada, trying to put on his shoes. Trying to brush his own hair. I mean, they're my baby boy, like doing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So after that, bro, it was like nothing. Like when I looked in his eyes, nothing. Like he just sitting there. And I just be like,
and
Chimp.
this is after he's gotten out of the hospital.
It's like 3 days after. I'm like, Chimp. He's just sitting there. Chimp. He's just sitting there. Clapping my hand. Chimp, he won't move. He won't acknowledge the sound. So I get to him playing, like pick him up, like he acting normal, but he ain't. And I'm looking in his eyes, and his eyes is not there.
Got you.
I can't explain it. But it's like a look, like when you're looking in your child's eyes, you're just like wondering. You. Yeah, you're just wondering. Yes. So I'm like, this going on for about 2-3 months. You know what I'm saying? Because we just like, maybe he just, I don't know. We don't know what to think.
Maybe he's just still not feeling well. He just got out of the hospital.
Or, you know, parents gonna make excuses, period. So one day, I had went on a family trip. And my mama pulled me to the side and she was like, baby, I think, honestly, I want to talk to you. I'm like, what's up? She was like, I think you need to get Champ checked out. I said, what the hell you mean checked out? I got defensive.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
But my mama, I don't care who it was. You talking about my son? Like, what you mean get checked out, mom? She was like, no, he need to get checked out. I like, why? She said, I think something wrong with Champ. I think he can't hear. It's something. Okay. So we take him to the doctor, and the doctor says hearing is fine. This at 2.5. Hearing is fine. They can't run too many tests because he's only 2. So they were like, when he turned 3, we can run some more tests and see if there's any.
Because they're saying physically he's okay. They're not finding anything wrong physically.
And he can hear.
Okay.
So they're doing the ear test, holding them. I remember them doing all of that. So 3 come around, and then we take them back. And at this time, they keep them for hours, 2-3 hours. Finally, the doctor walk out there and tell me, Mr. McClover, your son has autism and he's on the spectrum and he's nonverbal and he's probably gonna have autism for the rest of his life. I'm like, what? Hold on, rewind that,
That's
bro.
a lot
like,
of information.
Hold on, bro. First of all, what the hell is autism?
Right.
So then they bring out this big booklet of what autism is and all the spectrums that your child could possibly be on, and they're telling you this like it's forever. Like, this ain't gonna end. Like, this is so now it's like it was so overwhelming. It was the news was so overwhelming, and I was so hurt and in disbelief. I was embarrassed. I don't know, man. I was messed up. I was messed up because when I was looking into autism, all I seen was bad stuff.
Things.
Like, I didn't see no good in it.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, this was I'm finna have to deal with for the rest of my life, for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So that's when I was first introduced to autism.
Tell us what autism is. When you finally kind of wrapped your arms around it and did your own research, because I'm sure at that moment when they're telling you it's autism and this is what it is and these are all these spectrums, that's a lot of information. But for our viewers who have heard of autism but may not necessarily understand it, tell us what that means.
And my best way to describe it, because it is a lot to take in and it would be a lot to explain, but the easiest way to explain it is it's a brain malfunction, in my opinion. Okay. It affects the motor skills of a child. So if you ask my son to pick up that counter right there, he don't know to reach and pick it up. I see. You would have to show him. Okay. Like, you have to physically reach and pick it up. Then his comprehension level is not there. So his brain malfunctions, and then it affects how they speak. It affects how they live. It affects just them understanding normal things like yes and no.
I see.
So it's like he's 7 years old now, but he puts you in the mind of a 2-year-old.
Gotcha.
2-3-year-old.
Now, when you talk about the spectrums, there are different spectrums for autism, meaning
spectrum meaning nonverbal, or you could be high functioning, meaning like you're kind of normal, but you still on the spectrum, so you might have some behavioral things going on, but you can understand, you can talk. Okay. That's high functional. Then they got some that can talk but can't use their motor skills. Okay. Then you have some that don't talk and don't understand anything and bang their head against the ground.
Oh, I see.
It's different bro. Levels. Like, it's levels.
Wow. And so they tell you what spectrum he's on.
And they say nonverbal motor skills. Okay. For Champ, basically he's getting better as he gets older. He starts to comprehend things a lot more. But it's just when you can't communicate with your child, that just make the game hard. And that's something that us as parents, we take for granted. Like with my first 2 kids, last thing I'm thinking about is them not being able to talk to me.
Exactly.
Right.
So something that we take so small, so for granted, just a little bit of just talking to him, just, how you feeling, son? Daddy, my stomach hurt. That part right there is what I'm yearning for. Yeah. I'm yearning for that because I don't know what's going on with him. Right. And then he has issues to where he elopes. For people that don't know, it's not just for weddings. Okay. Kids elope as well, and I have to have my whole house childproof because he's smart enough. It's so weird. Autism is weird because they're geniuses, but they just
they can't.
So he know how to get out the house. Okay. He can open the window. He can put in a keypad code. He can do all of that. Right. He can remember all of that. Yeah. But he just don't know that he's not supposed to do that. Yes. I see. And if he runs in the road, he don't got the sense of danger to look right to left. Yep. He just in the road.
He just goes.
And he's gonna leave. And he's gonna look for water. Yeah. And he don't know that he's running away. He don't know that he's in danger. Okay. He don't know anything like that. So that's the most scariest part about the autism that I'm experiencing is that my son is always actively trying to get away. Get out the house.
Okay. You know? So that's kind of is that a phase he's in right now?
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. Okay. So it's been a little phase for a while now. But so it just comes, I guess, with age.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that the sickness he experienced when he was 2 had something to do with the autism? Did they ever say that there was a correlation from the sickness to him? Because he was fine at first and then he kind of wasn't
Honestly, Key,
responding that way anymore?
I think it has something to do with the shots or something that they gave him.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I'm not blaming nobody, but I know he was normal
The
before
immunization shots.
Yeah, he was normal, and I never seen a kid get autism from being sick. So
Yeah.
he was injected with medicines and stuff like that. And after doing a little research online, I mean, they do say some of these things are caused by shots, and who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm not trying to blame nobody because at the end of the day, it's so hard to deal with already.
Right.
Looking for somebody to blame ain't gonna help me at all. It's gonna add to my frustration. So,
Man,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, man. You knowing you, the things you've gone through, even the NFL career, people wouldn't know. They're like, man, this guy's
You're always
good
so
spirit
happy.
because you're in a good. But when they see the backstory, they can understand the blessings and how
your faith,
why your faith is so charged.
Yeah,
because of those blessings.
that's definitely why.
Wow,
that's definitely why.
When you heard that diagnosis for autism, did you feel like, why God? Did you question God?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And did you kind of go back into that space of like, I feel like I've gone through enough, and now you're having me deal with this with my child. How did you manage through that again?
That was hard. Like I said, I was in denial for about a couple of years. It was hard on me. I'm not gonna sit here and try to be perfect in front of nobody. I'm gonna be real as I could be. I had questions for God, boy. I'm like, why? How? Like, he's so beautiful. He looked normal. What is autism? Help me understand this, God. It was just, it hit my life so hard. So it was just like, dang, man. I didn't know, was it God trying to, I didn't know what it was, bro. I didn't know if it was a lesson, if it's because I did something wrong in my life. And then as he kept getting older, and I kept unconditionally just loving him so much, I was just started to change my mind. Like, I don't even see autism no more. I just see this my baby.
Right,
and And whatever he's dealing with, I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it changed me. It changed my whole attitude about it.
Well, I see you online with your son, and you're just so loving, and you just really pull him, pull him into your heart, like literally, physically, all the things, emotionally. So I know he feels the love.
Oh yeah,
even if he can't express it.
Yeah.
But what keeps you going? What keeps you in that space where you're gonna give everything that you can for him? Because I know it has to be difficult sometimes.
My family.
Yeah.
My fiance, my mom.
Yeah.
My prayer group, my brothers, they keep me strong because it's hard.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I get that.
It's hard dealing with that, especially when it's yours. When it's your child, you just don't know when it's over, when it's gonna be over. Or it's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel when he ain't speaking. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the one that bothers me the most. The speaking part, because I don't know. Yeah. When they're yours, they're so beautiful to you in your eyes. Right. And you don't want to see them. You don't want to see them going through nothing like that. Yeah. And there ain't really nothing you could do, So it's something that I gotta live with. Oh yeah, for sure.
God got you.
And even though we know that, we know that. But like I said, there's those moments when you're looking into his eyes and he's just so beautiful to you, and you just hope that one day he can experience life like everybody else. Yep.
Man, appreciate you sharing that.
For sure.
Yeah, we
Somebody
got
to hear it.
Yeah. I think that's so helpful for our audience and helping people understand. There are different levels to it. What autism is, how it affects you, how it affects your family.
Amen.
How do you get support, Stanley, for knowing what to do, how to, his schooling, and how to help him to progress in his life?
Man, God sent some great people my way. A lot of research, a lot of YouTube University.
University.
Man, it's a village of people out here that's dealing with this. Yeah. So once I got past the embarrassment and the just not wanting to accept it, and once I got past that, And I started leaning into these communities of people and learning and seeing that some people had kids that didn't speak all the way till they was 15. Then on the 16th year, they spoke.
Yeah.
So that's all a brother like me got to see, baby.
Yeah.
The little light at the tunnel.
That's it.
And I'm going to lean on that.
Right.
So
That's right.
it took me a long time to get to that point, even to post my son online. That was hard. And my mom was like, no, you need to post him because it's other parents that can get out there and tell you some things and help you deal with it.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. And parents, don't be ashamed of your child, man. I was there. I was not ashamed of my child. I was ashamed of his situation. And I didn't know how the world would take it. And then I ain't want nobody saying nothing about my child. And then here I go acting the damn fool online.
Yeah.
But I learned, man. I learned that it's something new. Everybody don't know about autism. And people gonna be people at the end of the day. But sharing what I'm going through with him has helped me tremendously. It helped me tremendously.
I love that you're being transparent and that you're saying it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And you didn't know how to deal with those emotions, the situation. And I think that's important to share with the audience that there are some people out there who may be embarrassed about it. And that's a true feeling and it's okay.
Especially men.
It is okay.
Especially men.
Yeah.
And my heart goes out to a lot of autism dads that I met. I did have a nonprofit called Hype for Life that I started for my son for autism awareness. And I spoke in New Jersey for my first event. And it was a dad's conference, autism dads conference. And it was like 30 dads, you know, and they was good men. And they was giving it up. You know, they was giving it up and they was talking. Me being transparent when I was speaking there, it kind of opened the door for them to be transparent. So here we go, we kind of like putting our feelings out there. Yep. And we needed to because we've been holding this stuff. Like,
that's right.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at yourself like a man's man, like I look at really like a man's man. You know what I'm saying? I got respect for him as a man. So us as men, we don't like to show a vulnerability. We don't like to show weakness. We don't like to show tears and all that. Me, I'm gonna cry because that's how I deal with it.
It's a good
I got to get, because if I don't cry, somebody in some trouble. That means I'm holding everything in. So as a man, I got to cry. But a lot of men, it's hard for them to speak on how they feel. Yeah. It ain't hard for me because I always been a leader on the football field.
Great.
I'm telling them boy how I feel because I want to win.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I told them how I felt because I need help. Why I'm gonna get up here with this mic and how I feel and can't really get the real help I'm looking for, which is some words of encouragement, so I can know how to deal with my son having autism.
That's therapy.
That's therapy. So
that's therapy.
With that being said, my heart goes out to the dads out there, and I just encourage y'all to share. I encourage y'all to not be ashamed. I encourage y'all to, just because you're a big, strong man, do not have nothing to do with autism. That's something that's out of our control. It's football players, it's rappers, it's all kind of people experiencing this. So you're not alone.
And being strong is not going to cure it.
It sure ain't. It don't help it at all.
I think your being vulnerable is what gave you more information, right? Because you opened up finally.
Yes.
And now all these people are like, oh, I'm dealing with that too. I'm dealing with it too. Here's what I do. Here's a group you can join.
Yes.
Here's, how you can express yourself or whatever, or get therapy, whatever the case is. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing that story.
For sure.
I really do. I really do. Yeah.
So you mentioned your foundation. Anything else you want to mention you got going on? Because you got so much going on.
Got so much, my friend.
I do have a lot. Right now, I kind of got to narrow it down. I got Hype for Life Foundation is my Autism Awareness Foundation. Then I have Big Brothers United, which is our at-risk youth program for kids in the inner cities, and we just give back every holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, back to school. We get involved in any inner city communities in Florida, Georgia, in Jersey, wherever I reside as well. I get involved.
Gotcha.
And I always keep Florida because that's my hometown. Right. So that Big Brothers United. Then I have one Sleeve Nation, which is an athletes management company.
Okay.
And I manage NFL players. I train and manage them and help develop them to get them ready for the NFL.
Nice.
So I turned what I did with my brother into a business.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's a good business. Been doing good.
Oh yeah.
Proud of myself for that.
I can imagine because there's so much information. You go into this situation in the NFL making a lot of money, and if you don't know how to manage it and how to manage yourself, Yeah. So I appreciate that.
That's
too.
why the
Yeah, that's
percentage
great.
is like around 83% of black athletes, you know, they end up broke after 3 years out of the league, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's not because they don't they want to be broke. It's because of ignorance.
Yeah.
It's just because
Right.
of people not taking the time to talk to them and lead them and guide them while they're there. Everybody's so interested in being yes mans and making sure that they don't piss off the athlete. But at the end of the day, when it's over, you got so much criticism. But when they was there, you had nothing to say.
Exactly.
You just wanted to not say nothing to piss them off so you could stay in good grace. But that's my job. My job is to let these boys know why they still there, why they in the moment, to take advantage. Make sure your post-career is set up. Make sure you're doing things in the community while you're in the NFL.
That's right.
And make sure you saving your bread. Yeah. Because that's temporary. We have a long life to live after the NFL. Yeah. That like be a little something.
A little blip.
You know what I'm saying? A little blink of an eye. And then we got the whole rest of our life to live. So that's my message to those boys that I train and I guide. Like really, really take advantage of the time you're in the NFL and stay humble.
See, that's your purpose right there.
I love it.
I love it.
I walk in it too. I walk in it, bro. I'm so thankful.
I would love to have Stanley back to talk a little bit more about like just the NFL career and the things that you do to prepare boys going into young men going into the NFL. And just to get your take on some things that's going on in current.
You know, I come back to the house anytime.
Listen. We moving into fall season. We're about to get into football, so I would love to have you back to talk a little bit more about that.
No problem.
Man, Stanley, you dropped a lot today. Brother.
You did.
I'm glad y'all had me, man.
I appreciate it.
I've been excited for this one right here.
Yes. Autism, you guys, we're going to put the information out there from Stanley's Foundation, a little bit more information about autism. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us, DM us, send us a message, comment, like, subscribe to this YouTube, you guys. Definitely support Stanley, what's your Instagram?
You can find that
or any social media.
S.McClover, MCCLOVER. And on TikTok, you can find me at what's my TikTok?
Just type in Stanley.
Just type in Lucci, man. You'll find me.
Lucci. Listen, this brother, if you're not following him on social media, you're missing out.
So stylish. I
He's
love it.
amazing. He's amazing.
Thank you, brother.
So
Thanks,
amazing. This has been an awesome.
Yes,
I've truly enjoyed this conversation. The information you shared has been extremely helpful and useful.
Amen.
I know somebody out there is going to appreciate it. So like I said, you guys, make sure you share this podcast. And we are a wrap, y'all.
Family.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes.
My guy.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.